We've all been told that friends are the people who will save us when things get tough. We're taught to hire our friends, work with our friends, and trust them with our secrets. But in the world of power and high-stakes success, your friends are often the very people who will pull the rug out from under you. Today we'll be talking about Law 2 of the 48 Laws of Power. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. If you want to stand strong in your career and your life, you have to realize that your foundation cannot be built on the shifting sands of friendship. It has to be built on something much more stable. Utility. To stand strong means to be independent. When you rely too heavily on friends, you're actually becoming fragile. Why? Because friendship is based on emotion, and emotions change. Envy. Friends often feel they deserve what you have. Your success can make them feel small. The debt factor. If a friend helps you, you feel an emotional debt that clouds your judgment. Blind spots. You don't see a friend's flaws because you like them. Standing strong means having the clarity to see people for who they really are, not who you hope they are. It's about building a foundation of self-sufficiency so that if a friend leaves, your structure doesn't collapse. Let's talk about Michael III, a 9th century emperor of Byzantium. He had a best friend named Basilios. Basilios was a simple stable boy, but Michael loved him. He gave him money, power, and eventually made him Michael thought, who could be more loyal than the man I saved from poverty? The twist, Basilios didn't feel gratitude. He felt inferior. He knew he owed everything to Michael, and that wounded his pride. To stand strong on his own, Basilios decided he didn't want a benefactor anymore. He murdered Michael in his sleep and took the throne for himself. The lesson: Michael's foundation was built on a friend. Basilios' foundation was built on ambition. Ambition always wins over friendship in a power struggle. This is the part people find hard to swallow. Robert Greene argues that an enemy is actually more useful than a friend. When you hire an enemy, or someone who has everything to prove to you, they will be more loyal than a friend, because they have to earn your trust. A friend thinks they already have it. Friends feel entitled to favors. Enemies feel they have to work twice as hard to stay in your good graces. Standing strong means you aren't afraid of conflict. You re-secure enough in your own skin to bring an enemy or a rival into your circle because you know how to manage them. You value competence over comfort. So how do you stand strong without becoming a lonely hermit? 1. Keep business and pleasure separate. If you have a friend who is talented, admire them, but think twice before hiring them. Once money and power enter the room, the friendship is dead anyway. 2. Hire for skill, not likability. When you need a job done, look for the person who is the best at an event. If you don't like them, a competent enemy is safer than an incompetent friend. 3. Always maintain a safety gap. Never let anyone, friend or foe, know everything about your plans. Your foundation is your own. Keep the inner sanctum of your mind private. 4. Remember, Law 2 isn't about being paranoid. It's about being prepared. Standing strong means you are the architect of your own life. You don't hand the blueprints to someone just because they're nice to you. You judge people by their actions and their utility, not their smiles. When you master the art of using enemies and keeping friends at a strategic distance, you become unshakable. 5. If this perspective shift hit home, drop A in the comments. It shows me you're building that strong foundation. Next time, we're looking at Law 3. Conceal your intentions. If you want to know how to keep people off balance while you build your empire, you don't want to miss it. Stand strong, stay sharp. I'll see you in the next one.